Hello, hello. Today we are going to be talking about a tool I use often called the VocalMist. I'm Brienne Hennessy. My pronouns are she, her, and hers. I am a vocal empowerment guide, speaker trainer, and speech-voice pathologist, and I guide leaders who use their voice to do their jobs to keep it healthy, vibrant, clear, full of reliability and stamina, while also aligning to their divine inner voice, their intuition, so they can show up and speak as their truest self. When we're going through this, I will indicate my pros and cons, my suggestions, but feel free to leave any comments or questions below so that I can continue to add and provide any information that you might need. Why VocalMist? Why nebulizing anything into our throats? Our voices are running a marathon daily, and the tissues of the vocal folds themselves need to stay hydrated. Most of us know this. We've had instances where the mouth is dry, the throat is dry. We feel like we have a glob of gunk stuck in our throat. And we also can notice it even when we're speaking, that there just doesn't seem to be as much smoothness or continuity, or may catch a little bit. And this can be because of many factors: dryness of the environment you're in, not enough hydration, water, non-caffeinated beverages, etc., medication side effects. So lots of reasons that this can occur, but it doesn't have to mean that your voice is reduced in its performance level just because you have a little bit of dryness you have to deal with. What's nice is between the strategies like hydrating with drinking more water, making sure that you are sleeping with your mouth closed as best you can, reducing snoring, watching for drying medications as their side effects can be particularly drying, just noticing salt intake and other things that can be kind of diuretics, excess caffeine. This is a great way to surface protect the vocal folds and their level of moisture. Systemically, we can do what we can all day, drink enough, and the vocal folds and the larynx do create their own lubrication. That's amazing. We need that going on automatically, and we can assist it. Now, I've tried a lot of different portable nebulizers, and this one I like the best. This one is compact, rechargeable. You can travel with it easily. It comes with the pre-measured saline. And so I really appreciate it. Some of the others I have tried are just a little bit bigger. Some of them, from the size of even sitting it on a table and putting your whole face into it, to handheld, but a little bit larger. And clients and patients over the years have tried different ones, and some just don't seem to last as long, usually needing a return from the company or a new device. So this is the one that I found most consistent and recommend most often to my clients. I do not work for VocalMist. I am one who uses it regularly. I do have an affiliate link, and I'll drop that below. So if you do decide this is a device for you, then that is a link that you can use. Now, with the device itself, it is tiny, nice and easy to hold in the hand. And we're going to take it apart. It comes in these two parts. So the base, and then where the nebulized saline solution will go, it'll be nebulized, go through the top here. We'll talk about that. And nebulized through the front. Nebulized. This is different than steaming, as if you boil water and put a towel over your head. That's great to do. I do that sometimes and recommend that sometimes. Or breathing in steam in the shower or a steamy shower or steam room. Those particles of water and droplets are not small enough to actually impact and stay within the larynx. Usually they hang out in the mouth or go down into the airway, or just generally in the nose when you're breathing in through the nose. So nebulized particles are going to be not only small enough, but more effective to land where we need them to within this area and not bypass it. The other nice thing is the saline concentration that they're using is research-based. And so there are studies showing what are the optimal amount of saline doses and concentrations. And so that is something VocalMist has done very well. All right, your base, once you've unboxed from your lovely box, and place the top, just click it right in, okay? And so it'll click, there's a little release button at the back, and you can release and let that go. But you want to hear that click in. And then you have two options. You can breathe through the face mask, and it does come with two sizes. So there's a larger, more kind of adult size, and there's a smaller, little petite size. And the mask is adjustable. Okay, and I'll show you how that can look. So you can use the mask, or you can use the mouthpiece only. Now, in my humble opinion and experience, the mask is going to be your better choice when you can. Why? Because the idea is we still want to optimize breathing through the nose, which is our most natural way of breathing. The nose is going to continue to moisture and filter that air coming in. And you're going to get some of that nebulized steam up into the sinus passages, which, let me tell you, especially when you do this before and during colds and upper respiratory infections, that can feel really good to soothe those passageways. Now, if you need to do the mouthpiece, you prefer that, that's okay too. And it's just testing out each and seeing what you like. Sometimes, depending on the day, some of my clients who, are wanting to make sure that they don't mess with any makeup, they prefer the mouthpiece. So then they don't have to worry about anything, getting damp or dripping or messing up in that way. But for the most part, when you can, have the face mask. So you're going to press that on nice and snug. And then the top part, there's a cute little octopus symbol, goes up. All right. And these are for the exhales to escape. Okay. So you'll also see some of the nebulized steam coming out as well. But then the face mask will look like so. Now you can use the strap. I sometimes do, depending on the moment. This is a big if I'm able to be in a position, I'll sometimes put it behind my ear just to keep it in place. If I can be in a position where I can kind of be here, slight tilt up. Now I can tighten this as tight as comfortable and tolerable. But even when I do that, the only thing with the mask in this position is that you can see the base still pulls down. So I still have a gap here at the nose. So you may still have to just gently hold it up. But if you're seated and in a position where you can just kind of tilt up a little bit, just relax there and want to be hands-free still, then you can be hands-free. But overall, I usually just hold it. It's just much easier for me to keep more of a connection of the mask around my face. Okay, so once you've put those pieces together, what you're going to do is you're going to get the saline packets. Now it comes with, I think, 48 in your first order. It is subscription-based if you want, which is really nice because then you just get them on the regular. And they come in these little pink bullets. I would recommend, you can see this is the top here where they're going to pop open, and these are the tabs along the bottom. When you're taking them apart, I learned from experience, you probably want to grab it by the tab at the bottom and peel it apart, okay? If you grab it by the tab at the top, there's a chance you'll also end up twisting the release and the liquid will fall out. Ask me how I know. All right, so kind of twist that apart. Here, I'll do another one as well. It can be a little sticky, but they're durable, okay? And then you're going to just break that apart from below. So you can see right there, it already broke away from its little cap on top. So then I'll come up and just gently peel it away. Okay, you're going to twist open the saline bullet. And you're going to take the VocalMist and you're just going to empty that full dose of saline right into the top. It's not supposed to fill all the way to the top level, okay? 1 dose per use is usually plenty. On average, depending on how fast I'm breathing and kind of breath practice I'm doing during it, takes me about 8 to 10 minutes for it to fully nebulize. Okay, so now that you have it set in here, you are going to secure it with the cap. When you secure it with the cap, you'll twist and you'll feel a little click. Okay, that's important. So it's on securely and fully. On the front is the on button. You can also cover that up so that when you are holding it, you don't mistakenly turn it on and off unless you need to. But it's nice to have that little slide cover. Okay, and then I'll slide back down. Definitely when you first get it and you're opening and getting everything ready, go ahead and just plug it in to charge it up. Rarely is it ready to go. And that's like anything, right? New phones, new tech, new devices. First thing you do, plug it in and charge it so that you're ready to go. If you forget, okay, it doesn't actually take that long to charge. This light will blink until it's charged, and then it'll be a solid, stable light. You just don't want to leave the saline solution in there if you're not going to be using it right then. Okay, and that'll impact the ability for it to stay clean and clear. So just make sure if you haven't charged it, go ahead and do that, and then come back and start getting ready to nebulize. Now, putting the mask on, I'm going to go ahead and first turn it on so you can see how it looks. This is the steam coming out. The green light will be on. Placing it over the mouth and nose. And breathing in and out slowly. I prefer to breathe in and out through the nose. You could see as I was exhaling even through the nose that the exhales could escape as intended. And like I said, this usually takes me about 8 to 10 minutes. I actually just got off being a guest for an hour-long podcast this morning. So I'm going to go ahead and do my dose and come back and continue to share my recommendations. Just so you could see the difference, I also put on the mouthpiece. And my preference is not the mouthpiece. I find I don't really like that breathing only in and out through the mouth. It doesn't feel calming to me. Depending on the day, it can actually feel a little bit irritating in general in the back of my throat at the pharynx, which is the back wall of the throat. So again, play with them, see what suits you in the moment. But they do have the similar exhale air escape valves on the side. And then just be sure to clean all the parts, even if you decide to alternate between both. Okay, my dose is done. You can see there's some of the residue in the mask, a little bit drippy, normal. If you need a little towel or Kleenex, just as things kind of build up some of the moisture, totally normal. And now we're going to go into cleaning it. I will say that it's not uncommon if you don't clean it every single time. They recommend once per week for some of the saline top, but I found every single time is really crucial because otherwise the buildup just from the salt of the saline seems to negatively impact the nebulized silver mesh. And sometimes you'll be going along and it'll sputter and stop. All you have to do is turn it off, turn it back on, especially if you get to know that, okay, I'm about an 8 to 10 minute duration for one pink bullet. Then you can know and see that, okay, there's still steam coming out. It's not done yet. It just needed a restart. So don't be surprised if you have to turn it on and turn it off and turn it back on. And if you have to keep doing that, though, it probably is a sign that you need to do a little more in-depth cleaning, which they provide a really handy user guide how to do that. All right, so with the parts, you're going to take off just the way we put them back on, and I'll show you how to walk through the easy cleaning procedure. Now let's wash the VocalMist. First, remove the face mask and rinse it under some warm water. You can rub the edges with your fingertips or apply a gentle soap to get it fully clean. Lay it on a paper towel or napkin and let it air dry. Next, you're going to remove the gray cap and rinse it under some warm water, letting it air dry. Finally, you're going to take apart the clear cup where the saline goes and rinse that under warm water. Do not touch your fingers to the silver mesh on the inside. Merely let the water run through the spaces. Let that air dry. I like to set it so it can completely drain. Do not put the body of the VocalMist, the white part with the green button, under the water whatsoever. Then you can also wash the mouthpiece if you used it. Again, using some gentle soap, rubbing the areas all clean and letting that air dry. Once the pieces are dry, you can reassemble and enjoy your VocalMist all over again.